And we're live. Welcome to Nanteleod's Legacy, a Pendragon game where people sometimes don't die. And we're here to not die. So, this is nearing the end of year 5 of 7. As we kind of go through, we're going to quickly meet the crew here in this. I think we're over a year now, aren't we? And damn nearing a year, if not. Let's go ahead and quickly meet everybody, and then we're going to dive right into play. We'll start with Yampa.
Hey guys, Yampa playing Sorun. A little bit nervous to see what happens.
Wergar.
Hey guys, Wergar playing Sarkalis. Good to be back, and hopefully I don't die.
Drax.
Drax playing Serene. Curious to see if my Squire Leontas can catch me before I get captured. If not, hopefully I don't get tortured too bad.
Fair. Bert.
Bert playing Sir Cormac. He's not doing too bad. Maybe he might even be considered doing good.
Change.
Yeah.
And Trent.
Hello, I'm Trent playing Sir Gwydio, who's doing fine apart from the fact that his squire seems to have pulled out a couple of arteries that he was using.
These are fine. You don't need these anyways. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean we can't do surgery with a CX? It's fine. You are in need surgery state, are you not?
Yeah, I am. I have almost all of my hit points, but I need surgery because of the messed up first aid.
Indeed.
Fumbles fun.
Welcome to Fun Times in Funland.
Welcome to the Middle Ages.
That time somebody else fumbles besides me.
I should go quite a few last time.
All right, we're gonna start a scene with Collis and Rune. The two of you left in Bath, left captives, have been effectively being nursed to care at this point. But we're going to start with, why don't we get Wergar roll a d10 for us?
Four.
All right, and I'll get each of you to roll a d100, Yamp and Wergar.
Ow, wait. Play mean games, get mean prizes.
All right. After a little while, the two of you are being nursed back to care. You're under watch, 24-hour watch, more so to make sure that you don't try anything. But in this time, you have your first kind of official visitor. And hey, welcome in, Crit Crafters. Thanks for the subscription, friend.
Yo.
Sir Meliodas. You see him come into the room. He's not in his armor. He's escorted by his personal guard. And he looks at Bert. If you are going to talk, can I just get you to mute, please? So at this point, Meliodas looks to the two of you And he seems to be studying you. Both of you are... Actually, let's do energetic rolls. Let's make sure both of you are awake. Yeah, you're awake. He doesn't say anything. He just seems to be kind of watching over you guys from a distance. You both have, I think, pretty decent courtesy. He's probably just making sure that you're actually with it, let's say. Making sure that you're actually awake and that he's not interrupting sleep. Do either you want to say or do anything?
Yeah, he'll give him a short little, nod. Any news on any ransoms? Or possibilities of such?
Ask him that in character?
Yep.
No. We've not heard from your leader at this point. Information, messengers have been sent to Escavalon.
Is there a possibility that I could send a letter to Manor?
Bert, we're getting some echoes through your mic as well. What did you say, Ampa?
That if there was a possibility that I could send a letter home.
Of course.
Frick.
Yeah, we can. That can be arranged once you're. Actually, that would be my mistake because almost no knights can actually read and write in this era. So he would say, we can send someone in to see to the writing of your letter.
Do we know the status of our squires?
Well, guys, let's make sure the squires made it. I need you all to make a squire test, and if it fails, they're either missing or dead.
Just our squire skill.
Yes. Oh, yeah. What would a crit look like for your squire, Collis? Everyone's good. Your squire's been tending to you like night and day since you've been wounded, since he feels very guilty for letting you down during the battle.
That is the one that was taken hostage too, for a little bit.
Right, he was taken hostage, but we can assume he's probably here.
Yes.
Yeah. They're all here, so they're all looked after. You guys would be familiar with the fact that they're the squires aren't as worried about, like, as long as they're not allowed to have weapons, but otherwise they're seen as just help and aid, right? So they kind of move a little bit more freely. It tends to be a kind of a gentleman's agreement, right? Because if you start creating havoc after being treated hospitality, that's in both key religions, it's treated as kind of blasphemous, right? There's a reason why they don't just stab you to death on the battlefield after you're unconscious. Meliodas says, "Is your king in Escavalon?" Reports last said that he was in Clarence.
I'm not sure where he's at.
How honest is that, Rune?
I think that for the first time in forever, he's feeling like because I don't think he's ever fallen in battle to this degree, right? He's been knocked out, but I think he's leaning towards, okay, there was a setup somewhere. We didn't receive all the information. We fucking charged into a meat grinder, and now I'm captive away from my family in a war that I didn't want to attend. So I think it's very honest. A little bit, a little bit of spite in his voice that he let slip, perhaps.
He nods. You can see him kind of thinking, and he's like, either he went to join the battle in London, or he means to go after Wessex, or he's going to harry us from another position. Perhaps Great Bridge, which would not be ideal for Sir Florence. Nevertheless, your name, Sir Knight?
I am Sir Rune, Banneret of Brecon.
Banneret. And how about yourself? He looks to Sir Collis.
Sir Collis is still a little dazed. I am Sir Collis, the Baron of the Beautiful Wild.
Ah. I've been there before. Not far from Lambor. Is that within Sauvage, he says?
Partially. Some is, some isn't. But I would like to ask if I could receive a surgeon. It seems like you dealt me a significant blow.
Of course. There is a triage process. We've had a few that are in a more critical position than you. Once they have been treated, you will see a surgeon as soon as you can. As you are a Baron, it will be prioritized by your rank. You said Beautiful Wild. You're Lady Helly's husband.
That I am.
I squired under her father.
He turned out to be a very famous knight indeed.
I suppose that's true. One of many, it seems. Seems that this is an era of famous knights. I suppose without lords, knights make a claim for themselves. Do either of you have family?
Oh, yes.
I had a son born this last winter.
I mean, you say have a son, or is it had a son, like past tense? Okay. I have a son back home as well. It's my hope that whatever this contest over Summerland is, that it can come to an end soon. Seems like a war that could be drawn out for some time.
afraid so.
I'd much rather see to the invaders, the Saxons, the Picts, the Irish. Have either of you had the pleasure of meeting King Lot?
Yeah, we have, right?
Yes, we have.
If my intel is good, it seems he is invading the north of Britain right now. If he's successful, then Malahat and Nohat and Dira will be his.
It appears to me that instead of us fighting each other, we should be riding together against those same threats.
Indeed. This land's been lacking a high king for some time. The only challenge is there's more than one king that wishes to claim it.
A dreadful thought to even want to be king, high king.
Your kids, what are their names?
I remember, I can tell you.
You can say I say the names. If you don't have them, that's okay. I get we don't.
I'm gonna say the name of my 3 kids. The first 2 are dead.
Okay, so you name all 3 of the kids, even though 2 of them have passed. He probably says something not realizing that they've passed or anything. He probably says, I'm sure they'll grow up to be fine knights and ladies.
I'm sure they will.
I have Carlos II waiting at home.
Very good. I thought about naming my son Meliodas II, but my wife thought it too on the nose. So we went with her father's name, Tristram.
Sounds like a nobody.
Or not father, grandfather, we'll say. Our father is Idris, actually.
I know that this might be a question that might be a little bit far-fetched, but, well, not perhaps as much if you are already have taken places over in Summerland. How versed are you with the Fae?
Why do you ask?
Well, there's a very important item that I had on me in the battlefield that I need to make sure returns with me back to Berka.
We have Picts that have been working with us. They seem to have more knowledge than most about the Fae. They settled in Cornwall during the time of Vortigern. He moved them to the county of Jagant.
What perhaps I would be able to talk to one of them on the more barbaric leanings on their knowledge about such things.
We just so happen to have an expert that's been working with me. I'll see that you have a chance to speak with him. I assume it's some sort of trouble at home.
It is. It is.
Very good. Well, the two of you may rest. Once we've established the trades in ransom, you'll be returning home.
We were Sir Meliodas.
I'll offer a slight bow, and then he'll exit, giving you guys a moment. The two of you are kind of alone, like there's no one else here. Do you guys? Maybe we'll give you guys a second to chat in character.
Why the fuck did we launch this attack, Carlos?
Because we were told to.
We were outnumbered, and we knew from the start. Well, not outnumbered, but we didn't have the numbers for a siege.
And I don't have enough clout within the port to say no.
Our men are scattered to the wind, God knows where. We're in here. And who knows if this was even made so purposely as a distraction for something else.
I doubt the army is scattered to the winds. It's most likely one of my knights took over, or it's likely that Sir Diggett took the army. Where they're at, I can't say. But it's unlikely that it's completely been shattered.
Two other swords fallen. I'm pretty sure their morale is not all the way up there.
Oh. They'll most likely be camping somewhere a decent ways away.
So they at least make it back to Great Bridge.
Did you hear what he said? Sir Florence and Great Bridge. He most likely inadvertently said, well, some of their plans.
Or maybe a ruse. We are to be ransomed at some point.
Not unless we gather our strength and try and find somewhere to get out.
And our states will be cut down in seconds.
Thanks across the look at you. Having asking for a surgeon, I wasn't expecting it to be tomorrow, mind you.
Perhaps there's another matter. Our weapons, our armor, our horses.
People can be convinced. Everybody has their price.
Don't get over your head, Lion of Pendragon. We are in uncharted territory today, or right now.
Sounds like talk of someone defeated.
I was.
In battle, yes. Mentally, I am not.
Not everything can be solved with a sword. Unlike with
Most
right
problems can be solved.
That's the spirit, Golas.
Rest, cousin. Just wait for that.
That's an anti-boy right there.
Charge it.
Right. And with that, we'll move on to another scene. We cut from Bath to Wells. It's the following day.
Where the people who don't lose are hanging out.
Wow, too soon, bro.
Wow.
Love you.
Says Gwydier, also from the infirm.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
mean,
didn't lose. I was just my damn squire.
I mean,
So I'll get a D10 roll from Cormac, or from Bert, rather.
alright.
Hey,
Yeah,
look.
this dice is all warmed up.
I'll get a D100 from both of you.
All right.
63.
$33.
All right. So at this point, Gwydir is brought in because of his surgery situation. You suffer the same risk of aggravation as anyone else, so you're brought in to a gathering with Nanteleod. Cormac, you're here. Locke is here. And I'm blanking on the name. The Seneschal's here.
Kedrick,
There we go.
the traitor.
Indeed. And Elaine was with you guys, right? In
I don't remember seeing him.
I don't remember seeing him either.
I thought someone talked to him. Someone talked to him when you guys were in Vagon.
Oh yeah, Edric did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Elaine's here too.
Yep. I'm okay, High King. I can fight. I'll just need some dry cleaning afterwards, I think. My wound's not really closing properly, but I'm okay, really. I don't need to stop.
Our support from Salisbury has left. It seems that they face raids from Wessex. That siege was daunting, much more difficult than anticipated, and Sir Florence and his army is missing. Furthermore, we did not receive word from Sir Collis's army in Bath, which means at the very least things have been challenged.
My king. I've been taking stock of our men. We are missing Serain. Not dead, not slain, but missing. If he's been captured by the Cornish, I know firsthand their idea of hospitality. We cannot allow him to suffer that.
We've sent riders out in search of the immediate surroundings. There's been no sighting of Sir Rain. His squire, too, is missing.
We'll just have to reach out to the enemy commanders and offer the ransom. I'm not sure what else we can do.
Well, considering
Indeed.
they did not deign to ransom me back when I was captured, can we trust that they will ransom our men back?
It can't be trusted. Other than we may need to sue for peace with King Idris. We have greater enemies. If we have not taken Bath, this could be long and drawn out, a trade of cities, a trade of holdings, back and forth. I've received word that Idris's motives are similar to our own. That while Summerland is indeed an expansion and one to be considered, it's also protection against a border moving too close to one's own. I think that Idris could be persuaded if this land was being returned to Logris and not being conquered by me.
My king, Prince Mark is not looking to protect Cornwall from us. He is looking to eliminate the Winter Prince. That is all the man talked about when he had me captured.
Indeed, but that won't be trouble soon, perhaps. The boy will soon be a king.
Are you suggesting that we offer to give Summerland, such as it is, to Finnegan?
To the prince.
Prince, to serve Finnegan, the Winter Prince, yes. Well, that strikes me as being a very... I would never have considered this plan, and I'm shocked at how stupid I am. It's brilliant. We give it to him, and then he has some land, and he can summon the support of the people that he has. And then he can speak to Ulfius and such. He can use... I'm sure Merlin will come or something like that. That's brilliant. And then we have a buffer between us and Cornwall, and we could go east and battle the Saxons, who, I mean, really, at the end of the day, we really ought to be focusing our efforts there. I understand the necessary distractions to the south and all, but this is why you're such... 3 cheers for Nanteleod, High King of Britain, brilliant mind, diplomat, and warrior.
That's enough, Goodyear. Thank you.
And what of King Cadway? Is he so keen to give up his kingdom to Finnegan?
He does not intend to give Summerland up, but he is willing to swear fealty to the line of Pendragon. It was, after all, their original agreement between Uther and Cadway. I believe that Florence might have taken his army north. This means that the army we left in Bath has double the problem to deal with in their siege.
But that also means they didn't know where we are.
Indeed.
It's not much of an advantage, but it's one nonetheless.
We're at a crossroads. We could march the army north to Bath. Leave a garrison here. Hope to defend it. And if we're successful in Bath, return a portion of our armies back south for protection. But it will be costly. Or we can sue for peace as is.
I suspect that, well, we have the strength of Cadwig's guidance through these lands. If we are forced into a battle of a campaign of maneuvering and, as you put it, trading sieges and the like, we do have the greater advantage. We can actually find where we're going. The more that we force Idris's army to maneuver, the more likely it is that they lose soldiers or entire armies to attrition through the mist. I think that we have the advantage that we can press if we wanted to.
He looks over to Cormac. Then what do you say, Sir Cormac?
I'm going to test something right quick.
Yep.
I'm going to test vengeful versus prudent. Okay. My king. This war is all but over. Take Bath, give it back to King Cadway, and prepare for the winter. We've taken Wells, we can restock supplies, and march on Bath.
Strangely, okay, so the two of you who kind of speak of continuing on to Bath, both Locke and Elaine will speak up. Kedrick doesn't. Elaine is very much of the mindset that the army should not be moved. That this position breaks supply lines and leaves them in a difficult position in Bath, and that any movement risks it. And he's like very, very adamant about that. Locke is more like, very kind of argues that that the battle year is nearing its end, and that it doesn't make sense. So the two of you are kind of opposed by Elaine and Locke. And then Nanteleod thinks for a minute, and then he nods. Very well. On the morrow, we march for Bath. Sir Gwydir, you're in charge of the garrison here.
No. I can ride hiking, I can, but of course, as you need me, I will fight. Yes,
Yeah.
my lord.
He's saying he's trusting you with the garrison. He's putting you in charge.
Of course. Thank you, High King. I will hold the city.
We need the armies of Estergales. I will need Sir Locke with me. Very well. Sir Cormac, prepare for war.
Aye.
All right. We'll give you guys Gwydir and Cormac a minute, just because it's always interesting. We haven't seen anything from them in a while.
I just think that whilst we have the advantage, we should be pressing it, of course. Good luck out there, cousin. I think you'll do fine. Listen, even if we didn't win at Bath, the damage that they must have inflicted, they can't have many men left up there. I think.
I have been studying how Nanteleod and Collis operates in the field. It's how I've gotten as good as I have. And I'm still nowhere near as good as you are. If Collis met defeat at Bath, who must he have faced that outthought him?
Presumably Sir Florence, but I don't know. Maybe he just had a bad day, a stray arrow or something. These things happen, Cormac. There's no point overthinking it. It's just a battle. Just go and fight some people. And listen, if you die, then... Well, I don't know what your... Listen, your god's got all these strange ideas about sacrifice and such. It's nothing to do with that. It's just... We just fight what we have to until we die, and then we're reborn somewhere down the line. It's all... Don't even worry about it. Just go win.
Was.
What? Why not?
That was my brother.
Well, we've got them, all right? We have them. So, what are you going to do about it? Win. You're going to lose the damn war, are you? Doesn't make any sense, Cormac.
No. I have two beautiful daughters to go home to.
Well, Dave, it'll be fine. You've got a lovely wife who can look after him once you're gone. I don't understand all this concern about you. You've done what you've needed to. You've got children. You've got lands and wealth and glory. Just
I don't
get
have
more...
lands.
Well, you've got that little house. It's quite nice. I've been there.
It is quite nice. Your kids ruin it every time they come by, but we still want them
That's
over.
not ruining it. I've told you that it's important for them to learn how to play. All right?
Yes, I know. Anywho. Look,
Good luck.
send out riders to go look for rain. I don't trust the Cornish. I don't believe they have honor.
I don't send riders out. Where? We know where he is. He's in the captivity of the... So what? My riders find them, and then they say, oh, yes, he's in a dungeon held by a garrison. I don't have the men to take a castle. There's nothing I can do, Cormac. He'll be fine, or he'll be dead.
That does not sound like Nanteleod's champion.
No, but he told me to hold the damn castle.
And if
Don't
it were
try to
anyone
make me-
else, I believe that they would just hold the castle.
I'm not interested.
Listen, the word champion says he cannot hold a castle.
I'm
and
not
rescue his
listening.
friends.
Good luck in the battle, Cormac. I'm blocking my ears.
You stay safe there, cousin. Maybe I
Can't hear you.
run into
You
somebody
too.
who stole my hammers.
I'll buy you a new one, cousin. Good luck.
I want my hammers back, damn it.
Do our family proud. Get out of here.
All right. We are going to pick up with a chase scene here. All right. Drax, I need you to test the following.
Okay.
I need a D6 3 times. If you can roll them separately, I'd appreciate it. All right. Those are the stats you're working with as you play your squire. We see him riding after the captor that took Sir Rain. I need you to start with a horsemanship roll.
All right.
All right.
He catches this guy and saves me. I'm gonna owe him my life.
So far, so good. He's gaining ground. He's got to do this a total of 3 times in 6 attempts. And he can lose ground, so you are effectively for the 2 meta units away as we see Leontis closing in on the captor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
made it-
still unconscious. I do believe so.
Indeed. Horsemanship roll, sir.
Lost ground on that one.
Lost ground. Okay. We move to the 3rd attempt here. Oof.
Uh-oh.
Failed.
Dressed in... Nice. Okay. Good.
You get 2 meta spots that time. So you're only
Nice.
one position away right now as we move into round 4.
Leontis, let's go.
You catch him? Okay, so Leontis has an ability to effectively attack this knight as he catches up with him.
Absolutely.
He has access to sword and spear, your sword, and he has spears because they're meant to hold your spears for you.
Right. Yeah, I think he's gonna use the sword because he's gonna have to be close enough in case he does wound the guy and then I fall off the horse or something. He's gonna be able to try to save Rain.
All right. He roll a d20 for me. Okay.
16.
He's impassioned with honor +5.
Nice. Okay. You want me to roll that now?
When you're ready, you can decide if he's attacking with his sword. You can go ahead, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
this enemy's gonna tangle with him here.
Okay. It should be fun.
Was that a crit?
It will be, yeah. Because his sword's 18. Rain's teaching him well. Guy needs a promotion.
All right. Give me 8d6 total, so 46 plus 46.
It's not too bad.
$29. And let's see what this guy's size was. Oh, look at that. Double his size.
Awesome.
All right. Leontis has unhorsed him too. For 2 more damage. All right, we see the rider. The sword connects, and you can hear the pain, like the cry out of him immediately. And we see him kind of slump in the saddle, and then he rolls off onto the ground, and he starts to reach for his sword and climb back to his feet. You have him at a additional +5 advantage. He's going to try to get up quickly and stab you with his sword.
All right. Yeah.
Given you don't have chainmail on, he's going to try and take advantage of this.
Right. Who's he? He's going after Leontis, or yeah.
Yeah, he's going. No, he wouldn't
Okay.
have any good
I
reason.
don't know
to
how sketchy he is.
Yeah.
Is he still impassioned?
Yes, Leontis is passionate. This isn't a battle round. This is a scene.
Okay. Then he will wheel around and try to end this guy.
Okay.
That's another crit, so.
Okay.
8d6 again.
8d6, yeah.
Yeah, he's toast.
Yeah. All right. So Sir Rain has been saved by a squire.
Awesome.
Give
There's that life tat right there.
now there is one trouble. I think there's a risk with you unconscious on the horse that when he went off, you also went off. What was your health?
I was actually relatively good. The fall's not going to do anything to me unless I fumble.
Roll a d6. That's all you got to roll.
Yeah.
You just jinxed yourself.
5 damage. I hit hard. That makes sense, though. I'm unconscious.
Yeah, he'll tend to you. Are you what are you at? You're still above 0?
Yeah, I'm at 8. I'm at my unconscious right now. So.
Oh, right, because you went unconscious from a single wound, from a major wound, right?
Yep.
That's what.
So I just now actually hit 8, which is my unconscious.
Okay. Yeah, so he will he'll tend to you. You can make a squire test for him.
All righty. That's on the other tab. Where is it here? That'll work.
Okay.
And that's what, 1d3?
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously pretty big deal. Like he's gonna probably get like 100 glory for that whole thing. A rescue mission on his own.
I'll
beating a knight.
myself too. Definitely. Shit, if I could, I'd knight him right now.
All right.
Might even petition him for that.
How old is he again? What do you got him?
19.
19. He's 2 years young.
Mm-hmm.
Not unheard of, especially at 20.
Yep. This winter, he'll upgrade to 20, so it'd be a year early.
All right.
That's awesome.
We're going to actually move forward here. We're going to go to Bert, who is the only player character participating in this battle.
Yep.
We believe in you.
All right. I'm gonna pass this roll around. I'm gonna give this one to Wergar first. I want you to roll a d20 plus 2.
Seven.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, Bert, is I'm gonna get you to give me a battle roll of your own. Actually, you're staying with Nanteleod, correct?
Unless he sees fit to give me command, which I would actually petition to do. Because I've kind of got a plan.
All right. Yeah. If you show initiative, I think he would give you command of a Conroy, 2 Conroys.
So, I've got a plan. I want to set up small fires to cause more. So the mist isn't bothering us, but we can make it look like the mist is rolling into Bath by starting fires outside of Bath and having that smoke travel with us and give us cover.
Okay. Give me a battle roll.
All right.
That's at least a success.
Okay. So that will provide a minor advantage as Meliodas' army clashes with Nanteleod's. We're gonna zoom in on Bert each round. I want you to you rolled a 5 there. We could just reuse that roll.
Okay.
Yes. So you rolled a 5. You're fighting a Sir Ector, not the Sir Ector. He is on horse, so he'll be using a lance.
I'm on horse, and all I have are lances, so.
All
What I
right.
got.
So you both get a charge bonus
Cool.
when you're ready, sir. Do you want to fight valorously, prudently, or recklessly?
I am valorous all day long.
Okay. All right. Man, I always get the upper hand on you, Bert. I don't know what to do about that.
Start rolling
There-
with a handicap, Bob.
I know. You need to give me a horsemanship roll.
Oh, hey, crit.
Nice. Yeah, you stay on perfectly. You take 14 damage past your armor, though. As you reel like super hard. Most men would have flipped off their horse, but you're too big to fall off your horse from that.
Yeah.
You rolled 10d6, right? He didn't get a crit, the bad guy.
No, he didn't. That's my bad. I don't know why I did that. Give me a sec. So that would have been 8, 9, 10. So make that 20. So you only took 10, or only took 4. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you stay on your horse.
And I wouldn't. No, that actually still would have caused the horsemanship roll.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So nothing else wrong, but you didn't take 14. You took 4. Much more.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna throw his spear and go to his sword now that you're in close combat. I'm gonna give you, because of that crit horse, I'm gonna give you a +5. Like you end up in a good position on him.
Okay. Cool. I kind of want to just jam up his sword arm so he can't get his sword out.
Well, give me your roll. See if you do. Are you fucking kidding me?
What are you doing, man? Bob is the cruelest GM in the world.
All right, let me have it.
Okay. I just don't get it. Wait, what? Would an 18-18 be a tie, even though one's a crit?
Yeah, crit is
Crit supersedes the actual hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was 8d6. You got lucky. Actually, it should be 9d6. So hold on. Yeah, still lucky. 21 minus 16. You only took 5. You need a horsemanship roll again.
Yeah. All right. And horsemanship. I succeed.
All right. And on to another exchange. Actually, it's Valorous. That's the end of that exchange.
Yep.
All right. We're going to move to Yampa. You're going to roll a d20 plus 2. Still stalemated. Bert, I need another battle roll for you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead. And if you don't mind, I'm going to try to impassion myself with Loyalty Lord.
All right.
I do, however, succeed.
Awesome.
So now I can't fail my battle roll.
That's good. Now all we need is my dice to stop blue shelling you, and we're good. So they only go off on you, Bert. It seems to be the way.
Yeah, I know.
11 out of 20. That's good. I'm assuming a engaged position just makes sense with where you're at.
Yeah.
Roll 2d100.
Trying to get to the walls and sort of start opening up a hole to allow our people through.
On the plus side, the implication of the blue shell metaphor means that the gods of dice seem to think that you were in first place.
Yeah, that's fair. That's accurate.
All right.
Hey, Bob, you are muted.
Oh, give me your 2d100, sir.
Okay.
I was talking away for a while.
And 69, nice, and 29.
Nice.
All right. I'm just trying to think what this makes sense. You find that the army seems to be playing like they're like waylaying you, they're slowing you down. And there's some purpose. And as you start to like, you get into the wall much easier than you thought. And you see that the army is exiting north.
Oh.
Give me an awareness roll as you go in, because it's technically an opportunity. So give me an awareness test.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Success.
You see a couple of soldiers. They seem to be taking some captives, must be previous captives, at sword point. They seem to be trying to load them into a wagon, probably to haul them along. And you see them pulling at Collis and Rune, trying to take them, escort them out.
Yeah, that carriage ain't going nowhere.
Okay. I need... this is how we're going to do it. You're going to have a horsemanship roll, weapon skill roll of your choice, battle roll for command of the group that is going to deal with this with you. Now you're going to have the following penalties that you apply to these things. -5, a -3, and a -1. So you get to choose which... No, you get to choose where the -5 goes, you get to choose where the -3 goes, and you get to choose where the -1 goes.
All right, you said horsemanship, weapon, and battle.
Yep.
I love that mechanic, by the way, Bob.
Thanks. A lot of Pendragon does like 3 rolls, so it's not too different, but it gives something interesting.
I'm gonna do the -1 on my horsemanship.
Yeah, and remember your passion if you have it.
That's a crit.
Awesome. Well done.
All right. Then I'm going to do a -3 on my battle.
Okay.
That's a success.
Okay.
And then a -5 on my lance. And that is also a success.
Perfect. All right. So with a little effort, you come in and you and your unit basically take out your little squadron of knights managed to take out a similar amount of enemies. They, of course, aren't on horse, most of them. And you rout them quickly. We're going to go ahead and give you... let me just see what the opportunity is worth itself. 12 more. You get 51 glory for that. And you're going to get 30 glory for taking Bath, even though it's pretty much being surrendered.
Will you allow me to do something incredibly stupid?
Always, as a GM, that's my default stance. It's my center
But it's
stance.
not, yeah.
I would like permission to harass the enemy.
Okay, you're
For
gonna
as
try
long as I
to
can.
push your position.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we do that, let's just see what your Tides of Battle roll was there too. Your collateral damage. Nothing. So.
Yep.
All right. So here's the thing: Nanteleod's not going to make this. So it's going to be on your own. So it's your battle roll as a general. It'll serve as both the general and as your own individual outcome. And we'll assume a position of heavily engaged if you're charging into the enemy.
Okay. This isn't for Nanteleod. It's not for honor. This is to make... This is to hinder them just enough that maybe we can catch up to them.
Yep.
Them. I think this is more for Finnegan. Finnegan's only got a really small force. He's got Leo DeGrant's with him, but... But yeah, I think... Will you allow me to impassion with love of Finnegan?
Yes.
All right. All right. Here we go. It is indeed a success.
Okay. What did you roll total? 9?
9. Looks like I rolled... Looks like I rolled a 9.
Okay.
But the total
Eight
would
on the
be
dot.
a 21.
Mm-hmm. You see a Cornish knight who kind of moves and flanks off of the army and kind of goes to round and charge at your unit. It's roughly the same convoy size. They're much superior size to your army. You've only got 2 convoys. They have a full army. So now a convoy's moved to kind of intercept you and waylay you. And you will be facing a duel.
It is what it is.
All right. He moves with his spear to try and bring harm to you.
Since I'm harassing the army, do I have a charge bonus, or is this just...
Yep.
All right.
Did you add a +10?
Yep.
Okay.
Bot for the charge, bot for being impassioned.
Just making sure. Well, it wasn't a critical. You take 4 wounds, and I'll take a horseman. Actually, is that your size exactly?
Yes.
You're good. Just you take 4 Now this is a duel, so this doesn't stop here. He will throw his spear to the side and grab his sword.
Well, I'm going to try to jam up his arm while he's grabbing his sword.
All right. Nice. All right, we'll see if he ties you here or not. No, he does not.
All right.
Ooh,
Well, now it's done.
nasty. It's size 16.
Yeah, that's double.
Yep.
Double.
Off his horse he goes. Woo. He could have hurt more off the falling off his horse damage. That will be a major wound. He has to test con, right? When a major wound happens?
Yes.
He can't.
Not con, current points.
Current hit points? Okay. And that's size plus con. 34 minus 19 minus 20. Well, minus 19. 15. Oh, he can't fail that. He can fail that because just current. Yeah.
Which he did.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
He's unconscious. Okay. You defeat the commander of the convoy here, Cormac. You're gonna get another 30 glory, but given Meliodas' battle roll out, like beat your battle roll, this strategy of sending these men backwards buys the rest of the unit time.
Yeah.
You see that they make their way for Great Bridge.
Orion,
Sir?
hurry up. Take him. We need to make it back to Nanteleod. And we need to make it back to him now.
We're going to zoom into a scene with Rune, Collis, Cormac, and Nanteleod. And then we're going to cut over to Wells here in a minute.
Are you both all right?
As good as I'll ever be.
Damn it, no. I need to lay down. My wounds are hurting.
What? Could be worse. You could be under their tender ministrations instead of under ours.
They were treating me very well, actually.
But we are grateful for your help.
They
Very much
torture me and kill me. And they treat you well?
Yes.
That's just not fair.
Well, look at the size of you, Cormac.
I mean, if I captured you, I wouldn't treat you well.
All right, fine. You stay captured. Where?
All right.
I got you. We'll just leave Collis here.
We can't leave
Thank
my cousin
you.
here. Just over the table. Do we have our things? What happens to our stuff since we got liberated?
Yeah, right. Roll a 2D100 rune in Collis.
But for the first time in a very long time, Renazol grins as he is standing beside his best friend. I'm very happy to see him.
Colos's weapon, both your armors are fine. Colos's sword is retrieved from the hands of one of the dead that was trying to fight off Cormac. Sir Rune, your sword is missing.
This is not good. I mount my horse and I leave. I mount my horse and I leave. I don't know what, but he is not going back to the army. He needs to get that sword back.
Interesting. What level of health are you at, sir?
I'm 13.
What's half your health?
I'm below half my health, if my math is correct.
Okay. You'll suffer aggravation damage doing this. It's quite extreme. Could render you unconscious. You can suffer mild aggravation just from like talking and moving around. And horsemanship, it's doable. And just warning you ahead of time.
He is so close to dealing with the fucking spirit of the mountain.
Right?
And now it's slipping through his hands again.
Yeah.
I think he just calls for his squire and then he just goes.
What is driving this?
I obviously love family. I mean, it's
Make a love family roll. Real quick.
Yeah. It's him wanting to finally bring peace and health to the people of Brecken, and it keeps slipping away from him.
Yorian, stay with Colas. Make sure he's taken care of. I guess the rest of us are going after Saroon. Cormac mounts up and goes after him.
Not yet, Sir Cormac. Rune, by the way, you are in melancholy right now.
I'm in melancholy?
Nope. I know you're used to hearing that, but no, it's Rune.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time forever, actually. I don't think I've ever been in melancholy.
Must be nice.
He just can't let it go again. He needs it.
Actually, you know what? Nanteleod will say, very well, Sir Cormac. Ensure that you return soon.
Like, Cormac's not looking too good either. He's also below half his health. But he mounts up with his men and he goes after Rune.
Well, you can do a squire roll before you go, at least. You can take one.
Can I do the same?
Orion there to take care of Collis.
Yeah, Rune, you're
Almost
probably
does
going to
have
need
two
it.
squires.
Let's see. Come on, Caval de Henry. Okay. And that's out 1d3, right?
1d3.
Woot.
Nice.
All right, so as the two of them ride away, Nanteleod looks to Collis and says, I assume Sir Florence's army was here. I didn't see his heraldry when we came in.
Yes, at the first battle, he was here with Sir Melodius. From a small questioning, they talked about Great Bridge and something about Sir Florence.
Ah. Why would he move to take Great Bridge?
Is there anything important there other than the seat of power for the king?
Most aren't aware that King Cadwy isn't there right now. He moves to take King Cadwy. But King Cadwy's with us. Sir Florence, either through sheer luck or stupidity or recklessness or sheer skill, has managed to disrupt our plans. Are there any members of the swords that are rendered dead?
Dead? No. But I was at death's door for a little.
And do we know where the remnants are of your forces?
I've heard nothing, but Sir Diggett and my knights were not taken, and I have no word of their death either. So, it's likely that the remnants of the army is somewhere camping and trying to recuperate. But where, I do not know.
Very well. Well, we're stuck here for now, then. Bath is a better position than Wells. You did well, Sir Callis.
Thank you, my king.
You fought two famous knights, two well-known leaders, a petty king and another baron. That was worse odds than I thought to pit you against. I thought perhaps you'd fight one, not both.
Yes, it was a very bloody affair. It teetered on the edge for quite a long time. But I guess the gods were not in my favor that day.
Is there anything I can do for you?
If you have a surgeon, that would be swell.
It can be done. All right. I think we either might be losing. Nope, you're still moving there. Can you move real quick, Wergar? Okay, there we go. Your mouth didn't move for a minute when you were talking on the stream, so it confused me. Okay, so we shift to Wells, where we see Gwydir. Gwydir, you would have had a chance for Churgery at this point, so we'll roll Churgeon. We'll see what you got for Churgeon down in Wells. 15.
Cool.
All right. You no longer need Churgery. The Churgery goes well.
Go me.
Were you majorly wounded? Do you suffer?
No.
No. Yeah.
No, I've still got 37 hit points.
Yeah, but that botch on first aid doesn't create a major wound or anything?
No, it just creates surgery needed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're basically standing and moving about. You see two horses coming in. You see Leontis enter on Rain's horse, and you see Rain on the back of a second horse.
He will greet them warmly. Open the gates! Oh.
For this, Rain, you're like...
Seeing...
Rain, you're awake. You're just in really rough shape. Like, it hurts to talk even at this point.
So, Rain, Leontis, what? Please tell me what happened.
Save me.
The squire.
Yeah.
More noble a squire one could not wish for, apart from, of course, my own Frida, even though she keeps trying to kill me. Well, it's
She gestures
come.
some sort of equivalent to the middle finger.
Yeah. He laughed.
Rain kind of winces as he's like trying to like suppress like an actual chuckle there, and it hurts bad. He can't help himself though.
Shit! Quick, help him down. Bring me a Guernsey and some sort of a. Where's that surgeon? You did a good job before. He'll get them aid and water and wine and food and whatever else.
Just a place to rest. I'll be fine.
And a pillow. He's not cracking open the stores of this other person's castle, despite the fact that, you know, he could be tempted.
Leontis will say, I saw what they did to Sir Cormac, and I heard what they did to Sir Cormac. It seems if they don't offer hospitable means, then it's a greater the risk to leave him.
You're a good man. I think that, well, certainly you're aligned with Sir Cormac himself on that matter. He was rather insistent that we try to find you, of course, and, well, he's gone off to take baths, so he's unfortunately unable to do so himself, but well done. It's important to look after each other. I myself am holding this fine town here, and will be until the foreseeable future. As guests in my humble castle, perhaps I could offer you one of these fine... What is this? A carrot. A parsley bread, indeed.
Rin just kind of, he reaches over to Leon, kind of just gives him a pat on the shoulder, and kind of nods to him. Make sure you get your fill of some food.
I see.
Rest.
On this day, at least, Leontis, I will serve you as a knight, not a mere squire. You can eat cooked food today.
You're not
Leontis. You ever need anything from me, you name it, and I'll do my best to do so for you.
Of course, sir.
All right, enough of that sappy nonsense. You get on the wall. Talking to Rune. All right.
Sir, I don't think he's ready for the wall yet.
Fine. Put him on the wall. It's a night's... I'm joking.
Give me a chair. I'll sit on the wall.
Yeah, perfect. All right, go have a nap. Close the gate. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
He sighs. He's like so bored right now.
Roll a d10.
6.
Right, and 2d100.
Oh, that's not how you do that. 64, 11.
All right.
Hmm.
At this point, a small contingent of men make their way into Wells. They have the banners of Cadwy.
Hmm. Do they have a means of proving their allegiance other than the banners of Cadwyn? Do they look Roman?
No, they don't look Roman.
All right, fair enough. Where is Cadwy? He's with Nanteleod, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Knights of Summerland. I have personally liberated this fine castle of your land, and you may thank me at your pleasure.
Right. They kind of exchange looks at each other. And with that, they bring forward someone and they pull the person off the horse onto the ground.
Who's this then?
I'm gonna name this guy still. So, nope, I use that name way too often. Ilidar. Sir Ilidar is one of Idris's kin. A nephew.
I just did. Where'd you find this young whelp then?
He was fighting in the lands near Axbridge.
Good, good. He is our captive then, I suppose.
Indeed. We formed
done.
together at word of that the Winter Prince was here. Here in Summerland.
The old Winter Prince. I'm sure he's kicking around somewhere.
He's not here then.
Fortunately, I am not going to ask about all this business with the old Winter Prince. I keep hearing rumors and such, and well, they don't really tell me anything. And yeah, he could be anywhere. I wouldn't bother to try too hard to find him. I think he's probably only going to be seen when he wants to be. So, are these men of my unit, or are they like random Summerlanders?
These aren't men you've ever encountered before.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just look at their Summerland banners and things to make sure that they aren't damaged or bloodied or any of those sorts of things that might have been stolen?
You can do a heraldry test.
Fuck yeah. That's my shit.
Looks great to you.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, however, make a trusting or suspicious roll, actually.
I think he's bored enough that he's choosing, like, he's leaning towards suspicious. Ah! Damn it. Ah! All right, fine. They're
How
legit.
long did that work out for you?
Yeah. That's... well, the Winter Prince is right here, actually. Here you go. What business do you have with this Winter Prince anyway? He sort of says casually as he's, like, seeing to this captive being captived.
We heard that he was riding through the land and that he was liberating manors.
Well, that's what I'm doing, so why him instead of me?
Well, he's a prince.
A prince of what? Of a season?
Of Logris, we hear.
Prince of Logris. Who told you that?
Everyone's talking about it. They say he's the heir of the Pendragon line.
Well, he's no High King of Britain, I can tell you that much. That's Nanteleod's job, so this Winter Prince, if he wants to be some kind of, I don't know, petty King of Logris under Nanteleod, then that's fine by me, but...
There's no High King of Britain.
Well,
Isn't-
not yet. It's just a formality at this stage, though.
That's what they said about Uther.
Uther was a dickhead.
They nod and shrug.
Nobody's going to follow Uther. He was beating everybody up and invading other lands, and well, this is whole nonsense with Cornwall, which I suppose we have some nonsense with Cornwall as well, but it's not personal. Different. Anyway, do you want to hang out here? Do you want to ride off into the forest to try and find this young fella?
We wouldn't mind some food if you could spare it, and we can.
I can. I actually was just getting some parsley bread from my friend, and I think we have enough for exactly a party of your size. So there's that, and we have artichokes. Going to be a lovely day for all of us.
One of them says, perhaps some lodging, just for the night. It's unsafe in these lands to ride at night.
It would be highly inhospitable of me to do so. So to do otherwise, I should say. Of course, you're welcome to stay. I think we have a little bit of room over in the garrison on the floor there. You're welcome to it.
All right. And then we
Is this
cut.
guy
No, go ahead.
active, unconscious?
Yes. Yes, he is. It wasn't before they
Can I
threw
have
him
him-
off the horse.
Right. Can I have him seen too to see if we can conscious him?
Yeah, it seems. Yeah. But we're gonna go ahead and cut away from that scene there.
Yep.
We cut back to Rune and Cormac, and I need to check with Rune. Is your intention to try and what is your intention?
Engaging a fucking army by himself is just not in the question. What is his intention? It's
Do you
I
want
guess
to?
it would like
Are you aiming to track them?
yeah. I think he wants to just like trail them to maybe like lurk around their camp, see if he can find the one that has the sword, and then take action from there.
Yeah. We'll do horseman or not horseman hunting roll for Cormac and Rune, please. No modifiers.
All right.
Good at that. I am so good at that.
This is an advantage roll, so if either of you pass, then you pass.
Please tell me you'll pass.
I have been putting more into falconry than hunting.
Me too.
Yeah, you should have had another guy there.
But yeah. Nope. Okay.
All right. So here's what we'll say you do. We'll give you both a heraldry roll as well.
Just flat as well.
Yeah. As one pass. So as you're riding through the lands, you spend like several days. No luck. As you're riding past Great Bridge, you notice, and it makes sense why Rune might notice this. You notice the banners of Sir Florence hung alongside Cornish banners at Great Bridge.
So am I like assuming that it's Florence the one that has my sword?
No. But the Cornish are there, and the question is, where did Meliodas go? So he either went further into your lands, which would probably be a suicide run if you did that, because you'd have to find a way back to Cornwall. Like, so he either went into Escavalon, or if they had allies here, they crossed right into a stronghold.
Wait, we're at Great Bridge, right?
Great Bridge is a place you first took it to be the one that was really bloody that Cormac got captured from, where Cormac and Gwydir fought. Yeah, you're riding past the north side of it when you see the heraldry presented is Cornwall's heraldry and Florence's heraldry. Prior to that, as far as you were aware, it was it was liberated and given back to Cadwy.
Shit. So they have fucking free will to our place.
And they took Great Bridge.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Cormac. You are a man of faith, right?
Aye?
Well, I have dabbled in things that I perhaps should have not done so. In the search of bringing peace to my lands. In one such conversation with an interesting being, I was informed that I was to take up the travels to cleanse my lands by myself. I think you should write back and inform Nanteleod of this development.
Do you think our friendship's so light that even if I were to do that, you'd still be alone?
Two things, Cormac. I'd rather see you safe and not in a suicide endeavor with me. And second, if I'm not to make it back, I wish for you to see my family safe.
First off, we're gonna make it back. Second off, you're never alone. What bloody nonsense is this that you're gonna do this alone?
Just go into a tent, grab the sword, and leave? Can't be that hard.
Look. Maybe we can negotiate. Florence, I know. Florence, I know I can talk to. If somebody has your sword, I trust Florence will be able to help us get it back.
I did fight alongside Florence some time ago. I did not get a chance to meet him in battle as I faced Meliodas, but someone needs to inform Nanteleod that of this.
Well, I'm not leaving you alone. So either you come with me, or we're both riding in this together.
You and Gwydir are so far apart and the same at the same fucking time. They're both very hard-headed. You know that?
Hey.
Fuck. What
I
to
make
do?
your decision.
I'm going to usher my squire to come close to me.
Sir?
Caval,
Sir?
you need to return to Nanteleod, inform them of the loss at the bridge, and that there might be another army just possibly even in our lands. Hopefully not.
Aye, sir. Right away.
And Rune will look at his pretty battered body and look at Cormac's not excellent shape. How the hell do you want to go about this? Diplomatically, or perhaps how Collis suggests, by the sword? Because apparently, by your cousins and my cousins, the sword is the only way of doing things.
Diplomatically. Let us play to our strengths, not theirs.
All right, guys. And with that, we're going to cut things short because we're 10 minutes past. This has been Nanteleod's Legacy. We'll figure out what we're going to do here. It might be some high-level rolls because I'm not sure I can squeeze a crossover in for you guys or anything like that. So you'll be dealing with NPCs probably. And we'll go from there. I hope you all had a good time. We're going to go ahead and raid out to hopefully the Lollygaggers. I saw them on. Let's see if they're still on.
Thanks, everybody. What a complicated war.
Indeed.
Leontis is the second best squire in the swords right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
What are you talking about? Leontis isn't a squire. He's a knight.
Not yet.
He's an honorary knight.
Not yet.
All right, we are raiding out to the Lollygaggers. Hope you all had a good time. We do this Fridays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. Come check out the other games. We are off for our Saturday Legend of the Five Rings game this week, but we'll be back next week with that too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh.